Well, Vaidyanathan has also just spoken to our Solicitor General, or is standing by with him at the Supreme Court. Let's go across right away.
Mr. Gopal Subramanium, Solicitor. We are joined by Mr. Gopal Subramanium, Solicitor General of India, to speak on this case. Sir, today court said that somebody from Prime Minister, on behalf of the Prime Minister, should file an affidavit. So is it unprecedented, sir?
No. This is on behalf of the Prime Minister's office that somebody must be authorized to file an affidavit. And the purpose of the affidavit is to set out all the facts in relation to how each communication of Dr. Subramaniam Swamy was dealt with meticulously. And this is completely in order. And it is only to put on record how each communication has been dealt with. And it's been dealt with very carefully.
But Swamy has denied that only one letter substantive reply from the DOPT on March 2010. There are no other letters, only acknowledgements that can't be taken into account as replies from the Prime Minister.
We have to argue this matter in court. As far as there are two aspects. One is, of course, how each matter has been responded to internally. That's important. That is something which I think will have to be presented before the court. It's for the court to judge it. I must also tell you the point which was being made today in the court was that one of the letters which was written by the minister was not disclosed by the petitioner, but that's a point again which has to be presented in the court.
But he told the court that the minister has written a letter to him, Mr. Raja, but he says it's illegal. The complainant should not have gone to the person who is accused.
Well, we're not on that. We're on the question of how exactly is the matter being dealt with. It is perfectly open to somebody who makes an accusation to be satisfied with a detailed note which is being given to him. So I think it was only a matter of transparent functioning. That again is something which will be reflected in the affidavit.
But
the point is, I want to make it clear, because there are various kinds of distortions which are appearing in the media, that this case has to be covered with a certain degree of responsibility by the media. The proceedings have to be accurately reflected. We cannot allow a court proceeding to be distorted in any way. There is no reflection at all on the Prime Minister's office in any observation. And I think if any media is running stories of this kind, it's very unfortunate. And I again appeal to the media very consciously, because I'm also a champion of a free media and responsible media, that it has to take a great deal of precaution. They must check out what they are reporting. They must be very clear that the people who are reporting it are people who know what is the legal adjudicatory process. Even today, the court observed that their questions are a part of the adjudicatory process. They cannot be viewed as conclusions or as comments on an individual. And I think it's important that we must respect the adjudicatory process. Fair reporting is always permissible, but I think we have to understand that we must not allow, on account of incorrect reporting, somebody's image, somebody's reputation, which is built after so many years of careful living and careful conduct, to be simply brought down.
But sir, one thing,
yes.
Last time on Tuesday,
yes.
Supreme Court basically said, why this delay? Basically that is questioning. I think media reported very well today also. Basically the Supreme Court wanted...
The Supreme Court wanted only what was being said orally to be put on an affidavit, because if the court also wants to know whether the petitioner has made a complete disclosure of all that which was written to him.
But don't you think it's an unprecedented Prime Minister being asked to file a reply? Of course, he may not be, but on some officer on behalf of the Prime Minister.
Let us understand the point. The point is that this is a reply from the government. And the section of the government which has dealt with this is the Prime Minister's office. And somebody from that office who is authorized will have to affirm the affidavit. So I do not think that we should distort any observation, any direction by the court this way. I think it's not fair at all.